Today with us we have Mr. Sameer Jindal.
Passion into engineering came from the school days. I got a scholarship from State University of New York. If you have one wrong person in the whole team, that will spoil the culture. So that was something, and the mantra is to remain cool. Saturday and Sunday I practice yoga. Wherever you are having experience, it does not go waste. So we have sold around more than 15,000 EVs. You yourself is your inspiration. A collection of experiences of my life through course. Just after the COVID times, I realized that it's not a easy journey. Even I had. I was very shy in even going and talking to the head girl. And the whole life, I was just thinking about my body so dearly.
Today with us we have Mr. Sameer Jindal, who has almost 33 years of industrial experience, more specifically into automotive industry. He is a mechanical engineer. He did PG in US and Stony Brook University. He also got a scholarship over there. And thereafter he started his journey in automotive industry. He has worked with companies like Daewoo, GM, MotoCorp, and now he is working with MG. So I welcome you, sir, and with your vast experience, audience would learn a lot of things from you. And he is also teaching a lot of entrepreneurs, giving knowledge to the young people so that they can leverage on their skill sets. So that is a really great thing about you. And he was also a key member for launching MG Hector in India. So it would be really great to learn many things from you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. I would like to just know about your personal journey, how you started, why you decided to come into engineering, and then your education in US, how that shaped your career.
Yeah. Thank you, Sunit, for the introduction. So, as you told, I graduated from MNIT Allahabad from 1992, and the passion into engineering came from the school days itself.
Okay.
To go into engineering with my other school colleagues. So that graduating from Allahabad NIT with honors, I got a scholarship from State University of New York. So I was again went to do a master's program there in CAD CAM and CAE.
Okay. Okay.
So that was one of the big turning point also in my career in terms of global education and perspective.
Okay.
So that led me to live in US and also have a good interaction with international.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Then after returning, I decided to join the automotive industry in India, and then Daewoo Motors was starting at that time.
Okay.
So I was head of car body design in R&D.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
So I spent around 6 years there, and then I joined General Motor in India, as again leading as a product engineering for sheet metal, localization, car body design, and these areas. And I worked there for 7 years, and then I got an opportunity for an international assignment in General Motors Daewoo in Seoul, Korea.
Okay. Okay.
So that was for development of a new car Beat there. I went there for 3.5 years. Again, it was a lot of international exposure. Even I was handling a program for Europe in Italy for developing their small car. So 3.5 years, very successful stint. And then I returned to India again in GM Technical Center at Bangalore as a chief engineer. And then we established a new engineering department in India at Talegaon plant.
Pune.
In GM Pune.
Okay.
Pune.
Okay.
So Pune, I shifted as a director of engineering. So I was there for 3 years. Okay. And then General Motors was winding up their plants in India. So I decided to move ahead and I joined MotoCorp.
Okay.
So that was a head of CIT in Jaipur. So I was handling program management and other functions as well. And after 2 years, I came with an opportunity where I met with my earlier CEO of General Motors, Rajiv Chhawa, and he was establishing MG Motor.
Okay.
So I joined him for establishing MG Motor as engineering and program management head.
Okay. Okay.
So since then, I have been into various roles in MG. Now this is my 8th year.
8th year. Great. Okay. Okay.
And I established the engineering, the program management, and then I was given cost optimization And then many other activities, like you told, learning for youngsters. We established this MG Nurture program for colleges, for colleges students, and a lot of other activities. And now I am also handling exports for MG.
MG. That's great, sir. You have been working with a lot of big MNCs. So, with your education in India and US, did that change something for you?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So, one thing is the perspective, how you look at all the things. It comes more in a global perspective when you look around things to handle, and also the confidence you have to handle the things. And that has helped me a lot in my career when I was handling a big projects in General Motors, and do some international projects in Japan with Isuzu and Korea. So that education, I think, has been very instrumental in taking my career up to the level of director in General Motors.
Okay. That's great, sir. And getting a scholarship in such a great university is also not an easy task, I can say.
It was very difficult. So as I was told, only 18 students got it all over the world. And from India, there were only 2 students. One, I was there, and another one from IIT Chennai. So,
Okay. So that's a remarkable achievement also at the beginning of your career. And as you mentioned, you were in Korea, you were in US. So do you see any difference between the cultures?
Yeah, certainly. So US is a very Western oriented culture where people are more free, and even in the working environment, we can talk directly to our seniors or directors of the head, and they talk by the first name.
True.
In Korea, it is a very Eastern culture, and it is a very hard-working culture. But there is a lot of discipline in Korea, and even to the seniors, talking directly is not possible. We have to go through an hierarchy. Yes. It is quite hierarchical working culture, I would say.
And anything that is different in India, or how we can improvise the culture in India?
Is a mix of both. When you go to a Japanese company or you go to a Korean company, like I was in Daewoo MotoCorp, so they try to, same thing they want to bring in India as well, the culture. But when I went to General Motors, which is an American company, so the American company is more open. So I call my boss by the first name.
So in India also we maintain little hierarchies, I guess.
Right. So the same thing it comes here, and Indian companies like Hero MotoCorp, so they are very different. They are all Indians, and also they are governed by the owners who are Indians. Mr. Munjal. So it is all very different.
So is it easy or difficult to work with Indian companies?
See, I have been always there into the international working or into the MNCs. So it was a little difficult for me to gel with that Indian environment or companies. But certainly it was also a learning. 1.5 years or 2 years which I spent there, and I was given a very big area. And it includes all functions, not only engineering, program management, it includes HR, it includes finance, even utilities and maintenance. Yes. So it was like a CEO role actually, and a program management office. So it gives me a learning of various areas and how to handle them. And my boss was a German CTO, so he was also quite tough.
Anything that was different, that was hard to do when you're establishing this Hero MotoCorp at that setup you did, I think so.
So I think it was one of the hardest assignment I ever had in my career. As I remember it. So it was establishing the whole new PMO department, which is Program Management Office. And this is directly looked by Pawan Munjal for new programs, launches. It was very strict in terms of launches, timelines, and cost and time. So this actually we were running around 56 programs, and every week we have to do a leadership meeting, operations meeting with all the vice presidents. So this meeting we review all the programs, and every decision we have to align first with all the leaders. So you can imagine the toughness in
Right,
this job.
right. So not only execution, but human management is the
Yes,
biggest
yes,
challenge I
biggest
can say.
challenge in this. Right,
So,
right.
keeping everyone's ego in
Yeah,
place, and
exactly.
then again
Right,
making the
right.
things get
Yes,
aligned
yes.
with your own
Yeah,
directions
and also
are
establishing a new team, hiring, I almost hired 50, 60 people there
okay.
in my team, and I have to take almost 300, 400 interviews. So I was almost continuously working.
I think so. In India, I assume hiring is the biggest challenge.
Yes,
How
the
do you
most.
say it?
Yeah, definitely. And when it's a new facility, it was moving from Dharuhera in Gurgaon to Jaipur at CIT. The location is also a big challenge.
Remote.
Yeah, because people in NCR, they don't want to move.
Right.
Then you have to hire a new people, and so that's one of the biggest challenges. And then establishing the whole infrastructure, the buses, the food, the canteen, utilities, everything. So it wasn't a easy job.
So, as I understand, it's always human efforts, a team of people
Yes.
who make things possible, right?
Right.
So, when you recruit, as your main, it was core thing was recruitment and setting up the entire team.
Yes.
What was the thing that you were looking for exactly, apart from technical expertise?
Yeah. See,
Apart from that,
I
actually.
have that type of experience that I can immediately recognize the person who has worked and who knows technically. So it's not so important for me. The more important thing is the attitude.
Attitude.
So
Okay.
how the person will react under pressure, and how his loyalty will be, how long he is going to stay with the company, and what background he is coming from is also very important. So there are a lot of human aspects as well to look into before we hire a person, and has to be a fit into the culture.
Fit into the yeah, because recently I have been interviewing a lot of people. So many entrepreneurs and senior leaders have mentioned that technical we can manage,
Yes.
some fallbacks, but cultural fit is more
More
important.
important, actually. If you have a one wrong person in the whole team, that will spoil the culture, you understand, for
Entire
the
team.
whole team. Yeah.
So, any key thing that you look into that you can just share, because this is a difficult task, I can say, and sometimes we are. It is very difficult to articulate also. Ki what we see, it's sometimes a gut feeling. If you are able to,
So, one big thing I would say is a passion for
passion.
a person, for for the work, and also respect for the company he or she is joining. That is also very important.
So, as you mentioned, you are working with GM Motors and working under pressure, where
Yes.
there is a constraint of cost and
Right.
timing. How challenging it was, and were
Yeah.
there any failures, and how did you overcome those kind of challenges and failures, I can say?
Yeah, certainly. I would comment on how I cope up in the early days in General Motors. So actually, coming from Daewoo Motor, it was only the beginning of the career, and we were very relaxed for
Okay.
4 or 5 years, learning the tricks of the trade and a lot of industry practices. But when I came to General Motors, I was given a real project, and this was development of dies for skin panels of the car. That time, Isuzu Tavera. And the General Motors philosophy is to keep less number of people and give more responsibilities. So we were developing almost millions of dollars of dies, and I was in charge of developing the CAD of the whole car for these dies. So it was a very tough assignment in terms of the stress, because any mistake happens and will result in a big loss to the company. So I took that challenge, certainly, and along with the cross-functional team in purchase and SQE and manufacturing, we did an excellent job along with our Japanese die makers.
Great.
And that was one incident. Next incident was developing one tilt-table quarter window, which is a hinge in the quarter window.
Okay.
And this is not easy because the curvature was a curved there. So our MD that time, Rajiv Shah, only gave us a challenge to design and develop in India.
Okay.
And that time, there was no so many tools existing in CAE and all those things. So once we finally developed with the prototypes, the window starts having a water leakage.
Water leakage,
And it
okay.
was a big challenge for the whole team. And then we again constitute a cross-functional team, had some experts, made some more prototypes.
Okay.
And it was the time of the launch of the vehicle. And we just worked under the water shower and for hours and hours.
Oh my God.
And we launched that. So that was something which taught me how to deal with the pressure and very tough situations.
Okay.
And for that, I also got the President Award.
That's great, sir. So working under shower,
Yes,
testing this
testing,
leakages,
and
it's
then,
not easy. I
every
can say.
time the window was leaking, and then changing the chemical, again making a prototypes, and pressure, increasing the pressure. And it has to be a balanced one, so that the glass should not crack and those things. And then again, there was another one when I was made for quality JD Power head in General Motors, and there also we improved the quality aspects of Tavera, and that we achieved the second JD Power ranking in the country, and for that also I got the Chairman's Award from General Motors.
That's great. That's great. Not every person is capable of handling this pressure, and that is what makes a person different, and that helps you rise the ladders also. So, what is your mantra, I can say, to keep yourself cool?
Right, exactly. That would I would like to say that people should be calm and serene in such situation, and the mantra is to remain cool and think strategically and logically, and also try to take help from the guides or seniors who have an experience in those areas, and you will find a way through that. And once you are get success in that, then you will really realize that it can be done, and and then that's your stepping stone to your next journey.
Right. That gives you a boost confidence that we can do it.
Yes, we can do it. Yeah.
So with this, I think so. I see that you may also be meditating and having some this kind of spiritual practices which keeps you cool. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
No, you're right. Too much, but definitely on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I practice yoga. Along with the meditation for 1 hour at least. Yeah.
So I was just guessing actually. That's great. So not only keeping cool, also speaking politely and getting the right kind of help from not only seniors and juniors. Is it challenging? And this is also one of the things not everyone is capable of.
Exactly. See, in the corporate world, when you are working and everybody is working in a passion, it's become very difficult to keep your cool, right? And here, like you rightly said, the way of speaking, the words you use, it's what can make things happen or break.
It will make or break it.
Make or break. So that's the mantra basically. And how you get things done, how you make your point agreeable to the other person is very important. So I have seen in my whole life that when working in teams, we'll have to work as a team. We will have to work as one team and make our point realized to others that even they are right, but your point is having some more merit.
Advantage. Right. So again, communication also plays a crucial role. So calm communication
is very important, and that also is one of the things which everybody should practice. Right.
So this is a great learning actually. Not only keeping yourself cool, but using correct words, correct attitude, and then maybe things will work according to your favor. These are the qualities, I can say, few of the qualities, not all, but few of the qualities that can help you rise. You started with BPCL.
Right.
So it's a government company. Many people aspire to be there, and
Right.
most of the people who join, they never leave BPCL. I have seen that. But you went ahead and moved, did a post graduation, and
Yeah, actually, going to BPCL was never one of the objectives, but
Okay.
it so happened that I applied to the American universities and my visa got delayed.
Okay.
So I took one job from the college, and
That's amazing.
BPCL was the one who came for our campus,
Okay.
interviews.
Okay.
So I joined BPCL, but it was a very, very interesting. It was a rotational job training assignment on the coast of Kandla to up to the Pune and Mumbai,
Okay.
Jalgaon, whole of Maharashtra. So it was a very interesting event with a group of trainees, management trainees there.
Okay. Even if it is a altogether a different company, did
Yes.
any kind of experience that you had in BPCL
Oh, yes.
helped you in this automotive industry?
Oh, definitely, definitely. There was, I would say, I would tell you one divisional head in Jalgaon. So I was directly under training with him. And I learned from him how to handle the government agencies. So whenever he goes to the collector office or district magistrate, he just don't go directly to the district magistrate. He just first reach and meet all the people, staff, and then he talks a lot to the secretary of the DM, and first he settles everything with him, and then he enters there. So I think this has helped me in my career a lot, and I'm directly now dealing with a lot of government agencies in automotive industry. And now I am in SIAM. I am a connected car co-chair. So all this has helped me a lot. The first year of the training, I would say, in my life.
So everything is like a building stone for your career.
Yes,
So everything, every experience counts.
Oh, definitely. So it is not me only. I think for everybody, wherever you are having an experience, it does not go waste. You'll have to see what you learn from that.
So with means young generation coming in, and there are also the senior people who are working at the senior level. What attitude they should keep so that they are very receptive enough to take these kind of experiences, and maybe someday in future this will definitely help.
Yes.
So what kind of attitude? Because sometimes this with young generation, they always see problems and they are not settled. So anything that you want
You're
to
right.
advise?
Actually, Sunil, the things have also changed from last 25 years. When we started, it was not so open and advanced world.
Even opportunities were not there actually.
Opportunities were not there. There were limited companies as well in India. But now, as I see in youngsters, there is lot of restlessness, and they don't like to stick to one company. Like if you see an average span of youngsters, even in MG, it's 2 to 3 years. The people who we intake, because they would like to move on for higher studies or for other companies, because once they get a training or work experience in MG, they get much higher salaries and job opportunities as well. And with female, they also move for marriage and for this thing. But that's the thing youngsters have to learn, how they look at their own career, because everybody has their own career path. And some people will get advantage in loyalty and staying back to the companies. Some people will find more into a different type of career progression, maybe starting a startup, for example. And for that, they have to just see what their own temperament and ability to take risk. That is very important. And some people are conservative. I would say it would all depend personally on everybody.
Means just many people just focus on learning salaries instead of learning.
Yeah.
That's what I have seen the change. So that's if you
Yeah.
can address something on
See,
that.
it's a very interesting thing because salary is also very important. You have to pay your bills at the end of the day. So definitely, if the packages are very low in some industry, they would like to move to higher package industry. But the balance comes is when you are going into a brand or an MNC, and they even if they are paying little lower than a new startup or any new venture, it's worth going to a brand for some learning and some experience of 100 years, 150 years they are having.
Yeah, yeah, right.
So that is my perspective.
Okay.
But the other side is also true.
True, right. We can put our perspective.
Yeah, startups, lot of learning is there actually in every area.
Thank you for that inputs. I guess this will help a lot of people to define, redefine their approach at least. You were also into R&D and innovation, and you have been doing a major role in EV and BAAS, battery as a service, and also in ADAS.
Yes.
So how do you handle this kind of changes that are coming into this what I can say, EV segment?
Yeah.
And educating the customers or breaking the resistance and making the product still effective, cost effective. So what are the challenges that you see in this?
Innovation is very important, as you know, in the industry today, and having a disruption in the market. So the first one, we came with the connected cars, as you know.
Right.
So that was the time when nobody knows that the SIM can be embedded onto a silver box or the T box and can be put into the car. So we brought that first time, and even that time there was no government policy. So I dealt with the Department of Telecommunication for establishing the policies in India.
Okay.
And that was our first innovation as a connected car Hector in 2019. So, keeping that thing progressing, we also then introduced ADAS, which is an advanced driver safety system. And ADAS level 1, we brought in our first Gloucester car, and then advanced level 2 in the Esther car in 2021. And this has some very advanced features like lane keep assist, where if you go away from the lane, the car will try to bring you back to the main lane. So all these things bring in the cars with a lot of features. So innovation is definitely very important. And now when I move to cost optimization department, I start thinking innovation about how we can save the cost. And one of the reasons we did survey in electric vehicles was why the electric vehicle don't sell. Because customers find them very costly compared to the ICE vehicles, right? So then I came with an idea of battery as a subscription actually, which we call battery as service or BAAS. That the battery could be leased separately. Or financed separately. So this model I studied, it was done by VinFast in US for a long time, and they have various models. So I prepared some models for India. And then after 1.5 years and working with many finance companies, because big banks like Kotak Mahindra Bank and all, we also tried, but they were not ready at that time to take this challenge. So then we went with some other companies like Hero Finance and Bajaj Finance, and we established this BAAS concept. And we introduced with the new model, new car, Windsor, which we brought. So the business impact was huge for this innovation. So when we launched in September last year, so we have sold around more than 15,000 EVs since then.
That's great.
And now our whole portfolio, 70% of them are EVs. So you can see the business impact of the innovation and the problem which we were trying to find, why people are not buying EVs, right? With this, the battery cost reduces by, car cost reduces by 3 lakhs, which goes into the battery leasing, and person pays per kilometer basis. So it is like 1.5 rupee per kilometer and amounts to around 5,000 rupees a month, which is even much lesser than you spent on the fuel, right? So that was a type of innovations we tried to drive.
Okay.
And now we keep on doing and finding some new things. I am into now carbon credit trading as
Carbon
well.
credit. That is a big
Yeah.
thing right now, I can
Right,
say.
right. So I'm working with some agencies because we are making EVs. So we have an excess of carbon credits,
Correct.
which we can sell at trade market. Then I'm also working on AI ML for cost optimization, making it more digitization into that. So a lot of innovative things we keep on thinking and we keep on doing it.
Great, great. So, do you want to elaborate more on BAAS, why people should buy the vehicles and how BAAS can help them? In,
So BAAS is a technology where we also introduce some technical features like immobilization and telematics. So here the vehicle can be stopped by itself from the financiers if somebody is defaulting in the payment. So with the safety. So and the telematics gives you the state of the health, the state of charge of battery, the kilometers driven. Also, if this electric vehicle battery requires some slow charging after number of cycles of fast charge. So after 3 or 4 fast charge, there should be one slow charge as well. So those notifications also can go from there.
Customers will get this kind of
notification. So this enhances the life of the battery. And also for the first car user, this is for us, it is an unlimited warranty of the battery.
Unlimited?
Which is first time in India. So that means we will take the battery back from the customer.
Anytime.
And we will replace. And then again, the customer can go into this cycle.
Yes. Okay. Any cost while replacing the battery?
No. This is on the base. It is on us from the OEM side. So there are other options. Customer can buy the battery and use the remaining life. So it is around 70 to 80% depletion after 8 years. So 8 years is all the original warranty.
Okay. One battery.
Yeah.
And replacement you are giving perpetually.
Yes, perpetually.
That's great. That's great. I think so. This is a good point to buy an EV now. I guess. With the charging problem and the battery life problem has been solved.
Exactly.
So ADAS, I just wanted to add something. ADAS, as a personal experience, I would say, sometimes it doesn't feel safe because sometimes we don't have lanes. Sometimes there are abrupt road cuts. Sometimes there are abrupt vehicles coming in, walking in.
Tell you some story about ADAS as well. The ADAS is actually made for advanced countries in these cars, like UK and China also is now quite advanced in terms of lane marking and road discipline. But it is not for India where you have also the cows, the pedestrian, the cyclist on the road. So we have to modify the software a lot, and we do a lot of work in India post the software development for tweaking it for Indian roads. And then do the validation again for this ADAS. You are right. Somewhere it is looks that it is not working properly, or sometimes the driver feels nuisance when there is no lane marking, or abruptly it stops the car at emergency braking system. So, but they are not used to it. But it is a very beneficial safety feature for your life. Suppose you on the highway, you have a drowsiness and you sleep, and then car will automatically stop. So all those things helps in adding safety features.
So not only lane, but this also is a very important feature. A lot of accident happens actually.
Exactly. So now, as you know, in India it is up to ADAS level 2.
To level 2, right.
But going ahead in ADAS level 3 and 4, 5, 6, it is all automation. What Tesla and Google are trying to do, Apple is trying to do in US for making autonomous cars.
Okay. So because there is a braking system also in place where the detection and braking and everything is there, I guess.
It's a basis for advanced autonomous cars. So somewhere India has to start.
Right. So this is my personal question as being a mechanical engineer. So I can understand adaptive cruise control with what I can say automatic transmission. How it works on manual actually. I'm just wondering if there is a speed reduction required, and when the vehicle is a geared system,
No, I think mostly it is with the automatic transmission.
it doesn't work well with
Yeah, not
manual.
working well with the manual, because right now in higher models we have ADAS. Lower models with manual transmission we don't give ADAS.
ADAS,
So
okay.
this is ADAS is as I believe if I remember correctly, is it as a optional feature model trim level with automatic transmission.
Okay.
Only in that.
Okay.
So the other cars will not have.
Okay, so it is specifically more useful for autonomous vehicles,
Yes.
automatic vehicles,
Automatic
transmissions. Okay, that's great, sir. So with you were mentioning about EV and all those things and connected vehicles. So it was a challenging thing that you did to launch MG Hector, a connected car in 2 years. Not only the timelines were crucial, but educating the customers and making it a success. So what was your entire journey? Because learning curve was also there, and launching time, and it was all put together a new product.
Yeah, so I will tell you some initial challenges of electric vehicle and ADAS and connected cars. So we were even not able to find engineers in India to work on. So as a head of engineering, I have alone worked with some trainees to launch the first electric vehicle ZS EV in India in 2020. And if you see that time in Economic Times, there was a big article that there is a dearth of EV engineers in India. No automotive company is able to find them. And then our MD came up with an idea of MG Nurture program, which we give to colleges in 6th and 7th semester. And that is CAEV, which is connected car, ADAS and electric vehicles. So the students learn in the college. And we have hired one agency called SkillLink, and they produce the programs, they produce the coursework, videos for them, labs, videos and all, and we train their faculty. So it's training the trainer. So after that, they go and train the students. And when the students are hired into such automotive companies, they come at least basic knowledge
overview of everything. Right.
So it's not only, I would say, the students or the manpower, it's even the employees, they are not knowing about this. So we started our internal education program called EVpedia.
EVpedia, okay.
So that is the one I led for the whole company. We engage around 2,000 people across all functions, all departments, showcase them the EV vehicles. So this is whole based on EV education. So right from the beginning, we don't only produce cars, we focused on education as well. And now this EVpedia is, we have made it public as a website. So we have a EVpedia website where we keep posting a lot of EV related articles and knowledge.
Okay. And how did you overcome the challenges of customers? So what was the difference
customer is also very
worked very well, sorry.
To educate them, and the sales workforce and the service workforce also are given a regular trainings with the, we have got a product immersion programs. Yes, with specific to all the EV, ADAS and connected features. So first we have to train our manpower, then only they can satisfy the customer and give them the replies. So if you right now go in many showrooms, even I went and I asked the salesperson there, they are not able to reply, they will call their manager and maybe the manager knows something. But we don't want that gap. We want right from the basic salesperson level to be trained. So we try to cover 100% of them in the training.
That's great. So educating, so it was a big challenge, I can say, not only launching a new product, but hiring a skill set or getting a right candidate with the right skill set was also a challenging thing. So but it was remarkable success, I can say. And I also remember the ads. It was brilliant ad, I can say, which made a difference, I guess.
Our digital marketing team is also great. They do a lot of on these websites and social media.
Right. Great.
advertising.
So, with this, what we would expect MG to launch in near coming future? What new things?
Yeah, we are always trying new things and we are bringing in new technologies as well. So we want to be a leader in the EVs. Already we are second in sales in India right now. Even last month we almost sold similar to Tata's.
Okay, great. Okay.
So we want to become a leader in electric vehicles or new energy vehicles, we could call it, in India. And we are bringing also new technologies like PHEVs, for example,
Okay.
which is plug-in hybrids.
Okay.
So these are electric vehicles with the engine.
Engines.
Yes. So
Okay.
this is a
Hybrid.
Yeah, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle.
Okay.
So this is first time in India we are trying to bring it.
Okay. Can you elaborate more on like this?
Yeah, so plug-in hybrid is the one which has electric vehicle battery,
And motors.
yeah, motor, everything, and also you have a additional IC engine. So once like you are going on a long trip, right, and your charging finishes, the vehicle will automatically shift to the engine.
IC engine.
Yeah, IC engine. So
There won't be any problem to take a halt at unknown
So
locations.
right now there's only the luxury cars which are imported in India, like Volvo, for example. You can see the plug-in hybrids. No Indian manufacturer yet is able to make it.
Okay. So that's great. If those kind of vehicles are there, I think so people
Yeah,
would
and
like it.
Yeah, we always try to bring it at an affordable cost.
Okay, that's true. So you also run a learning series for
Learning series.
lectures.
It's all young engineers. I mean, in the company.
Okay.
So for them. So what I do, I try to bring the experts from the industry.
Okay.
India and abroad, and try to make youngsters learn about their experience. So just like we are talking, they talk for 1 hour, and they talk about technology, they talk about their experiences, and also we try to take diverse subjects so that they learn not only from automotive, they learn from various industries and experience how they have grown and how they developed leadership skills. So this is like learning series, and most of them are my known people in the industry. And leaders there, and they agree to come just to give their experience to engineers in MG Motor.
So has that changed something in MG culture?
Yeah, definitely. The culture is very open. Since we started, we kept it very flexible for the youngsters. Even our dress code is T-shirt and jeans. You can read. You can see that. And also youngsters feel very free. HR is very active in doing a lot of activities, social and cultural, as well as sports activities. So youngsters feel very, they are very enthusiastic about these, all the activities in doing this, and it's a very young mindset to do a lot more. They used to learn a lot in their whole experience, whatever they are in MG, and even very difficult areas like internet. We have the whole team of young engineers from the college directly. So they learn a lot, and this is some field where you don't get experienced engineers. So there is also outflow as well.
Outflow of trade secrets?
Yeah, no, outflow of engineers going out after 2-3 years, and then we take again a new batch, big batch, and then train them. Then they again go. So I would say youngsters are enjoying the culture, and it's really a very open and learning culture we have created in MG Motor.
Because they have a lot of energy, and they should have the means to use it.
Use it.
Not only in office, but also outside, like sports and all those things.
Yeah. Right. So on energy, I will just quote you one quote which I wrote in my book as well. So I just wrote that this is from Sadhguru I took.
Great.
He says, everything in future will happen on energy, right? So I said, let your energy flow throughout the day, and you just control the flow of energy. So what areas you want to apply it, Okay, balance the amount of energy flowing in every work, and then you can control your own universe.
So that's a beautiful quote actually.
Yeah.
And if at all we are able to conceive it properly and understand, many things can change. I guess.
Yeah.
So to simplify it, can you just add something how we can do it?
Okay, so I've just
It's a heavy
like to
quote, I
say,
can say.
that let's say a person is, everybody has in the morning lot of energy,
Right.
but by the end of the day, many people think, oh, I'm sitting in the whole meeting, what I'm doing, right? So that's the simplest example
Right.
of controlling the flow of your energy.
Right.
So you should apply the energy where it can be utilized and bring some results. So the end of the day, you should feel that yes, you did something, and then you are controlling your own universe.
Right. And we also come with limited source of energy
Yes, literally,
and time.
So you have to utilize it 100%.
Wasting or distracting
Yes,
can outflow the energy in the wrong direction, I can
Yes,
say.
it all depends on you.
For leadership and for young generation, so what do you want to advise them on power of adaptability? Why it is power of adaptability?
Yeah, see, adaptability is something which is very important in organizational structure and hierarchy, right? You have to balance your bosses as well. You have to balance the peers. And if you are a people manager, you have to balance, have good terms with your teams as well to get things done. So this overall is a adaptability power. So things like this don't come easily, I would say. You can learn a lot of things in colleges, you can learn in technical books, but this comes with experience.
Right.
And even I realized after working on 10 to 12 years in the industry, I would say different areas required
Adaptability. It's very everywhere we need adaptability. I can say, if you enter into an organization, you have to adapt to the culture, to the way, like you mentioned, t-shirts and jeans. You have preferences.
And even if your boss is very strict, you'll have to adapt to that. Right? Yeah, and then even if your colleagues are not cooperating, you'll have to see the way out, how you adapt to them. So those are the things which somebody can learn from the experience. And working. That's
Seeing and learning also is one of the things they can do. How the seniors are behaving.
Exactly. So that's why we say work experience is important.
That no one can.
Otherwise, anybody can learn through Google.
So, as I see that learning is something different.
Yes.
Going into mind and that becoming it as a practice. It takes something different, right? You need practice, you need learning, we need some inspirations.
Exactly.
So good.
Just like inspiration you talk about. So this is just one quote I wrote for youngsters, that who can be your inspiration? You yourself is your inspiration. Right. So actually you have to bring in that type of thing in you, that you get inspired by yourself every day.
Right. How can a person be resilient in tough times? It's not that they are naturally resilient. They have to again adapt to be resilient. Yes. So what do you want to advise on that?
That's persistence and patience is definitely a very important aspect of this. So see, sometimes things don't get solved immediately. So one of my boss always said, you have to sleep over it. So,
okay.
So you need time to think. And in my strategies, I would say when a problem is big and you don't think it's resolving, you should break it into smaller pieces.
Okay.
And then you see which one you can handle yourself, which one you need guide or a support, and which one is something which is very, very difficult and needs some innovative thinking.
Okay.
And then you have to give some time to get it resolved. And don't rush into the things, because rush will not help in solving the problems. It will take time.
So resilience, patience in this case,
is
not jumping to the conclusion.
And that's the old adage that fools rush where angels fear to tread. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
always like that.
Right,
Some
right.
persistence is required.
As I am into intellectual property services, I have also seen this very effectively in the entrepreneurs as well, or aspiring entrepreneurs. They have a lot of ideas,
Yes.
but they don't have the patience to
Yes.
work on it.
Work on it.
So, how should they address it?
So, see, I tell to the entrepreneurs because entrepreneurs wants to have a quick results.
Quick
Right?
results.
Quick
True,
results.
true, true.
So they don't delve into so much of details like we professionals do. And we have bosses, and bosses are also bosses. So anything I put on the table goes through 2 or 3 and we have an executive committee, which is a board level, which reviews it, right? So all these things, even a lot of my proposals are under discussion, and I got many questions, and then I think why I haven't thought about it, right?
Okay, 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 okay.
So for the young entrepreneurs or person who is whole soul in charge, they will may not be able to think holistically, and many other aspects which can put into some sort of legalities or danger, or other government aspects. So that's the advantage of an organization, of an hierarchical culture as well. But to young entrepreneurs, I would say there are consultants as well, right? There are people who are knowledgeable in their field from 50, 60 years. They are retired people. So run through them once your proposal, have a overall holistic look. Because even if you spend some amount of money right now, it can pay to you in long terms, in terms of any penalties or any issues.
Okay. So this may be a problem when you are into R&D and when you have a lot of people who are dedicatedly involved in R&D. So how do you deal this? Because these people must be coming up with a lot of crazy new ideas.
Yeah.
So how do you control them, or how do you channelize them to make sure that it is effective for the company?
Yeah, see, R&D, my aspect was initially in Daewoo Motor Corporation when I was part of the R&D center in car body design, and there we really came across many ideas, and which are very unique and different, and it's difficult for innovativeness of the youngsters to control as well. And they thought after coming out from college that we can make a car in a day, but but General Motors took 100 years to learn how to make
Make a
cars.
car.
Right?
That's true.
So we'll have to, tell them that this idea, why it will not work, and how the overall engineering works basically. R&D is one thing, but it will not work for engineering basically, or manufacturing.
Manufacturing.
Right? So you can design a very beautiful looking product, but finally if it cannot be casted or it cannot be manufactured, it is a waste.
Waste.
Right? So you'll have to see into all the aspects. Yeah, there's something called DFX, which is designed for anything like manufacturability, assemblability, and other things. So all these things, when I came into General Motors in engineering, I learned a lot with working with cross-functional team. So there is an aspect of cross-functional team in General Motors. We call it PDT, Product Development Teams, where you have a person from engineering, from manufacturing, from SQE, from design, from every sales and marketing also sitting together, and right from the concept of the product, giving their inputs. So this is a very strong concept, and this is where it's not R&D, it's application. It's application, and this is bringing the product to the market. So even a quality engineer will give you many points which you may miss. Even an after sales engineer will give you after sales point that it cannot be serviced once you package something this thing in design. So that's the aspect of R&D. We have to be adaptable to all the systems. So now, if you see, earlier I was in engineering and program management, where I established these teams with now 150 engineers. But now I left that, and last 2 years I'm working on cost optimization and MG nurture program for colleges and exports now. And we have all CFTs there.
Okay.
So CFTs is where all departments people are there. So we have around 100 people in different CFTs reporting to me.
Okay.
But they come from different departments.
Okay.
So that's the very strong concept. And then functional boundaries also gets eliminated here, where you get a very faster approvals in these.
Right. So as you mentioned, you collaborate with universities and colleges also.
Yeah.
So, but I am from Pune's region, Maharashtra region, where many colleges aspire to connect with the companies to have something in collaboration. But I have seen that companies are open. So, what is the gap? Where they can, how they can approach companies to make sure that because they are getting a lot of fundings.
Yeah. So right now we have around 60 plus colleges in the country.
60 plus, okay.
Yeah. Most of them, like I would say 70-80% maybe from Gujarat.
Okay.
But 20% definitely are the top colleges in India, like SRM and Thapar and other colleges. So we do take colleges, we check the ratings, NIR ratings for the colleges, and also we see the interest of the students and faculty. And whoever colleges write to us for this MG Nurture program, we do welcome them.
Okay, so I think so. This is a great input. Faculty members who are working and want to collaborate, you can at least write to MG and let's see how things can move ahead.
Sure.
I guess. So building a right team is crucial for the success.
Exactly.
So how do you do it actually, and what is your way of doing it?
See, my way of leadership or team building is very cohesive, and I even approach to the youngest member of the team. And I try them to be open and speak out in meetings, not inhibiting anybody. And that brings out the best in them, and they also feel inclusive into the team.
Okay.
So, team building is not easy, because there can be a lot of frictions, there can be a lot of compartments between the same team as well. But you need to make them talk. We also do a lot of team building exercises sometimes. And they collaborate for a common goal that is important. And they should understand what company's goals are. Because everybody right now, finally is working for a company's goal, not my goal or my team leader's goals. Right?
True.
So this is very important. So I directly take interactions with even the youngest team members, and also to my direct senior people, I give very strong KPIs for delivering, and that is analytical, very specific, measurable KPIs. So also they are very effective in delivering them.
Great.
And they also know that I am interacting with most of the team members personally. So that makes more
difference actually. You knows everything.
Yes.
Right.
So for individual team members or who are not people leaders, I would say that definitely they have to choose their goals, what they want basically, and then put their energies into that. And then they also have to develop a team working
capacity. Right. Collaborative working. Right. So the last point that we mentioned was building a right team. So for this team, learning and keeping them motivated to learn is very important. So how do you address this lifelong learner?
Yeah. So see, I myself read a lot of books right from the beginning of my career, and also in school days and college days. And I motivate youngsters to read as well. So these days, what I see is most of the youngsters get knowledge from mobiles and
Instagram and WhatsApp.
But serious readings is not being done by a lot of youngsters. So this is one source of getting knowledge a lot, reading good quality books. Definitely. And I also keep them motivating, giving them some challenging assignments, and that makes them interest. So, for example, I would just tell you that I am now also heading a ESG, which is environment, social, and governance in the companies. This is required by SEBI also for the top listed companies, and whenever we'll get listed, this will be mandatory for us as well. So from this year itself, we have started making the base for it with the consulting company Grant Thornton, who is specialized in this. And this, I just work with the youngsters.
Youngsters,
Only youngsters, yes. And I make them learn, and they also find this very new subject, different from technical. And they also try to get into a lot of environmental aspect, zero carbon, sustainability, social aspects like MG Nurture is one of them, MG Seva is another, for girl child education and other things, for women upliftment, diversity, and governance. Governance is all the policies in place in the company. So all these things makes youngsters interested because sometimes the day-to-day work, what they are doing, become monotonous.
Monotonous, right.
So then it requires something different. So I think that's my mantra of keeping them engaged.
Engaged, right. Just wanted to add one more question to this. There are a lot of videos that talk about books or summarize the books, and everything is there, and audiobooks are there, and then the hard copy or the real books are there. So I have also find it more relevant when I read those books in comparison to the talks or summaries that are audio, video or audio available. Because I forget them. If I read them, I remember. So, is there anything different that you want to share on this?
I am also of maybe the old school of thoughts like you. So I even prefer to read with the paper books. Actually, feel the
smell of the book.
And there I get engaged, and also I can pause wherever I want and then read again whenever I get time. Podcast and small talks are good, and they motivate, and also if you also realize that anecdotes and small stories you will remember. Once it is very long talks and very hours of reading through internet, it becomes difficult to remember.
Difficult to remember. Yes. Right. So if it is well summarized, then it's okay. Otherwise, books will give a lot of advantages.
Definitely.
It will give you the crux of the entire subject. That may not be sometimes available.
Exactly.
So now coming to your personal journey, actually, so you have written 2 books that I see online, From My Soul to Your Soul. And second is when life kicks you hard. So what was the inspiration to write these books actually?
Okay, so
first book, and then we'll go to second book.
First book. So this first book, which is From My Soul to Your Soul, a peaceful sojourn, which is a peaceful place. This is a collection of quotes, which is written casually, once or twice in a day. And this is during the COVID lockdown period. So those days I used to read books. One of my favorite poet was Rumi.
Rumi.
You have read,
I know. I've not read much, but I know.
So I keep on reading it, Rumi. And from there I got inspired to start writing. And these quotes gamut ranges from universe, spiritual, religious, even love, friendship, motivational for the youngsters. And this from my school days experience up to the college and up to the professional life, I just tried to build up some quotes for the youngsters to get into deep depth. So that was a collection of experiences of my life.
Through quotes.
In a soulful manner.
So you must definitely read this book. A lot of interesting quotes. I have read few quotes. Try to find more in little, as in this little is the entire universe. So, like this, there are many quotes that you will find in this book, and it would be great to
So
go
let
through.
me relate this to my professional experience.
Okay. Okay.
And it may be encouraging for youngsters as well.
Okay.
So with this, I want to say that whatever little you get, right, in life, let's say I was handling a very big department, and before that, even the whole center of excellence at Hero MotoCorp, and then two big departments. And then I was asked to form a cross-functional team with the. I am the single person of the department with VAVE Cost Optimization. So it's a very little thing in the whole career, right?
Okay.
But I made it a universe. So it's like basically now it's one of the most important function for the company. And quote unquote, I would say we saved around 50 crores in last 3 years for the company annually. So this is something from the bottom line which is not getting reflected in your sales in the top line. So this is all cost elimination, cost waste elimination, and other things.
Indirect benefits.
Indirect benefits. So whatever little you get, you can find a universe in that. Right. You can make it. Yeah.
So, next book that you have written is When Life Kicks You Hard. What kicked you so hard that you wrote this book?
So this is again just after the COVID times I realized that it's not a easy journey. Even I had, and even after the COVID, I think many people realize that death can be so near, right?
True.
And so I realized that it has altogether been a roller coaster journey for me. Since my first day in school to going to college and even to university. And there I would say there was one big incident in my life when the whole the scholarship letter from USA got lost. And
Letter got lost.
Got
Okay.
lost.
Okay.
And it was lost for 6 months, and I did not got it.
Okay.
So the last day, somehow, when I reached one of the Bharat Petroleum offices in Mumbai, so the department secretary told me, "Oh, your letter is lying from last 3 months here. Is it important?"
Right.
So this is the type of incidents I had in my life. So
Okay.
I just called to US and they says, "Are you coming or not? Otherwise, we take other students in the life." So I rushed to US within a week's time.
Within a week. Okay.
Within a week's time. So these are type of things which had happened in my life continuously. So it encourages me to write about it. Okay. So even about my friends, about my friendship, marriage, and other things, and incidents in my life which I learned the lessons.
Any hard incident that you want to share that you learned a lot of things and that changed your entire perspective about life that you have written in this book, or anything that you want to share?
Yeah, so one of this I told you is the scholarship letter I had. And other thing was the shyness, which I told you that.
Right.
Yeah, so I was a very shy person in my school days itself. It was, we are having a boys' school, and I was elected as the school Minister for Social Affairs.
Okay.
So social, as you can understand, a social affairs minister has to do some social activities with other schools, especially girls' school.
Okay.
So I was very shy in even going and talking to the head girl of the next door school. And then my colleagues pushed me, well, you have to do something. And well, I went there, arranged the social, and it was very great success. And even when I speak in debates and all, so I have a lot of shyness. I forget my lines. I used to remember. But with practice and overcoming this shyness, I realized in the corporate life and later in the college life, it has really helped me to get through the places, to get through jobs, scholarships, and everywhere it is required. So somebody who is having a shyness, I would have that message that please overcome that, otherwise it can become a big hurdle to you.
Okay. So it's an altogether different perspective.
Yes.
Right? Where shyness can be so
Yes, can
crucial
be,
for your
exactly. It
success.
can be so crucial, and it can be debilitating to your whole career and this thing. So you have to approach people. You will have to find a way out to overcome it.
Okay. So, any tips to overcome it? Because many people may have that shyness. There are shyness because sometimes we feel that we are not
like
correct.
what we say in corporate, you have to break an ice somehow. Like you start discussion, whom you want to talk with, some general things like weather, like their what they have gone through or something
General.
in general topics and
Okay.
all other things. So it can break it, and then you can come to main discussions. Yeah.
Okay.
So that would I would say, and other thing is self. What you do, a lot of analysis of yourself, like what other is thinking of
Thinking
you,
about
right?
yourself. Right.
If you
right.
stop thinking that, I think you can overcome that very easily.
So, with this, I just wanted to add, maybe we are thinking more about what people are thinking.
But
Maybe
they
the people are not thinking about it.
I realized that later.
Okay.
Every time I'm thinking, oh, he may be thinking like that, he may be thinking like that, but nobody is bothered. They are buried in their own world.
So good. That's really great. So, so maybe a lot of shy people would need to come out of this, and
Yes.
these are the easy small steps that you can take to come out of this shyness, and definitely it will reward you in a big way, I can say. As you can see, one of the example, Mr. Sameer sir is sitting in front of you.
All these type of stories and examples I decided to compile in terms of lessons and short stories in this book titled When Life Kicks You Hard. And I'm sure all readers will relate many of these stories from their own life.
Okay.
And will learn as well from the lessons that life taught me through these endeavors. So I just wrote the book in the one quote in this book also I'll read out. Sometimes my deepest cry comes alone. Sometimes the deepest pains are felt alone. I do shed tears in aloneness, and I touch my soul in silence.
This is also one of the interesting book you can. It's available on Amazon.
It's available on Amazon. You can download it, and, or you can buy a hard copy also.
Yeah. You can download or buy from Amazon and read a hard copy or a digital copy. So, as you have written this, how this writing has reflected on your career, how it has changed it.
Oh, definitely. One thing is that it gave me an immense popularity even in my office and colleagues.
Okay.
That somebody can write a book
from an engineering background.
Technical background.
Okay.
So my MD and all the senior people, they say we did not saw this side of your personality ever before. So this gave me another confidence of that if you try in some other direction also, which is very different from the work you are doing, you can succeed as well.
Great.
So I think it was one thing was that. Another thing is I would say proliferation of the ideas, proliferation of the ideas, which also help when you write, when you think about it, you go back past to your history, and also comes with the lessons what you have learned in life, because you never thought about it. You just keep on living a life, right? You don't think what you've done. So that made me realize that it's not bad how my life has gone through, but definitely it has been ups and downs. But also downs have taught me to rebound higher. So that is very important. You didn't give up. You rebounded higher. So that was, I think, some of the lessons which I learned.
Great. So that is a quality that makes a person different, I can say.
And I tell you, even my immediate boss, he always, I was just asking him some feedback. He says, this is one of your biggest feedback. You always rebound higher. even if
Okay.
things goes down. So,
Okay.
so I realize it has happened in the life.
Validating it,
Yes,
getting it
yes.
validated from your
Validation.
seniors is again
Exactly.
a good thing
Yes,
actually.
yes.
We would expect a lot of more experiences and one more book from your side.
Yeah, definitely. Right
In
now,
near
it's
future.
my plate is full, but whenever I will get time, or else whenever I, let's say, retire, definitely I'll start writing another book.
As you are into automotive industry, any advice you want to give to the young generation or professional who want to change their profession and enter into this EV industry?
Oh yes, there is a lot of scope these days for the EV industry, which is growing at a very rapid pace. So when I started launching the first EV in 2018, hardly we sell EV cars, which is around 200 or something per month in India. Now we are selling more than 3,500 cars. So it is a rapid progress of EV in India. And two-wheelers and three-wheelers are another level, which it is great. So getting into EVs in the automotive industry and to even the suppliers is a very interesting phase right now where India is poised at, and it will grow definitely from here. Next 5 years, you see 2030 should be around 30% of the overall average in the industry for EVs only. So I will encourage young students and maybe young professionals to start looking into areas where they can be useful into EVs also. So example, there is some powertrain guy who is working in IC engine. He can also start looking into EV powertrain and motor and transmission as well.
Small changes he
Yes,
can.
small things, courses will help, and then if they get chances, getting a practical experience is very important.
So they can learn something and then they can
Yes,
explore the
right,
opportunity.
right. Exactly.
Okay. So anything that they want to have on mindset, because as it is a new industry, maybe there are
Yeah, there
higher
is
challenges than normal because everything is set for other industries.
Yes. This is industry. I would tell you one thing which I talk in professional seminars also is the localization of these parts, which is very challenging for India right now.
Okay.
Because most of the electric vehicle powertrain is imported because India is not having that scale of volumes to make it cheaper, right? So we have to find out some innovative ways of making the parts in India. So this is what our Honorable Prime Minister also forced us to do. And even like we were in CII at Chennai, you see, even semiconductor industry is coming up for this, right? And that's the basis of making any EV, electronics, right? So all these things will give way, but there is some sort of persistence required, some things which youngsters have to continuously try getting into more of these details and learning about them. And one day it's going to come when India is going to produce all these parts and EV manufacturing.
That's great. So any advice you want to give for MSME vendors or manufacturers where they can think about make in India, where they can support companies like you, what difference they can make or what is lacking from their side to produce this kind of
MSME are trying hard. So again the same thing what I told you, the economies of production is not coming because India is also not so cheap now in labor and machine and other rates. So they have to now compete with the volume countries like Taiwan, China and other countries where they are now, China is soon going to be 60% of EVs by 2027. So you can imagine the volume they are going to produce. So MSME, they have to focus some countries like India and also for export markets where like South Africa is one of the biggest market opening in EVs. India neighboring countries also, like we have started exporting to Nepal, Bhutan. So these are some of the markets which are Opshu in Sri Lanka that has opened EVs right now. So that is one aspect where they can explore these markets. So all these things will help them to grow, and also they can start finding the scale and economies of production in these.
Once they get a scale, then economics can be handled.
Right,
I guess.
right.
Scale is the biggest challenge.
Yeah, then
for
the
MSMEs.
technology part, which they'll have to maybe have to have collaborations earlier with technology technology transfer with some partners, and start making in India in case we don't have indigenous technologies for making parts.
As you have spent almost 25 plus years in automotive industry, you have seen Indian automotive more closely than anyone else, I can say. Not only by staying in India, but out of India, you have also worked for automotives. So how do you see that this automotive industry's progress in India, and how consumers' reactions would be or adaptability would be?
Yeah, definitely. So as you rightly said, I started in '95 when Maruti was only one big company.
Yeah, true.
So Daewoo was the second biggest company that time, which came in India with CLO, and then Matis cars. So from those days, I have seen now the days where almost all multinationals are here in India. So definitely it has come a long way, and we have progressed a lot. Also, you have seen in volumes in terms of growth. So India has a big potential. And also, as you see in the EV way, it is growing in infrastructure and other things, and government is also supporting for the same. So Indian automotive industry is also going to be one of the largest in the economy. And
In the world, I guess.
in the world, I mean, and as right now, also I think it's the fifth largest, or in terms of this thing, and also it will grow further. So automobile industry as such has a lot of big base for expansion in India. And it's not only cars, also two-wheelers, three-wheelers, trucks, buses. So all this are going to rapidly expand.
And I think so. Government has also started redoing their entire infrastructure. We have seen
yes,
a lot
yes,
of construction work on roadside, new
Right,
roads, highways coming up
Exactly.
with global standards, I
Yeah.
can say.
So from earlier days to these days, you can see how easy mobility is right now,
Right.
because of the highways across the country, and with the national highways coming across east to west, south, north to south, it is all very easy for people to travel.
Travel, right.
And then government has a lot of this incentive schemes for industry as well, which is famed to PLI, and Niti Aayog is also coming up with many initiatives. So we are also very much involved with them for all these schemes, and this will accelerate the growth of the automotive industry definitely in India.
Because looking at the volume, population, sorry,
Right.
we are the second largest or first largest now.
Yes,
Just and economic capabilities of
Right.
individual is also rising.
Yes,
And the sales have been, I think so, the numbers are very high in automotives in the last few years after COVID.
Exactly.
So fascinating sector to watch in the coming future.
Right.
It's a great learning from your side. You have mentioned a lot of things and how EV is going to progress. Any thoughts for aspiring entrepreneurs or who are already into entrepreneurship journey?
Certainly. So entrepreneurship is a very exciting journey, I would say, and even at a small responsibilities you have, it's a leadership position for you, right? So this also gives you a very wide experience in terms of knowledge and application. So I would say all the entrepreneurs are leaders who are doing the great job, and it is required. And this is not just a job which you do 9 to 5, right? It is for the lifetime, and you are creating a wealth for the nation. So I wish them all the best.
Okay. Okay. And any advice to the people who are working in a big organization to rise up quickly?
Actually no quick one mantra for rising higher in the ladder, but I will advise one thing. Because when they are working in an organization, there are various paths which they can choose, right? So somebody has to choose a path which they feel they will excel in, and that is important. So I can explain you with an example.
Yeah.
So if let's say I was in R&D and I was doing a very technical thing, then suddenly a path came for program management in South Korea. So I took a challenge to deviate myself totally from technical to program management. And this is some path which takes me higher up to chief engineer when I came back to India, and then a director role, and then continuously various leadership roles. So I saw myself getting progress into this area or this path. Some people, let's say, may get stuck in the technical field and they may not be able to rise in the big organizations so much.
Right.
So that's the way I was saying, it's not a single mantra,
Right.
but people have to see their path, where it is going. And choose for getting higher and quick. So this is also a faith from the leaders who give me the opportunity, and also for me to take that challenge for accepting it.
So if you get such kind of opportunities, make sure that you grab it and make it a success.
Definitely.
So a lot of good things that I have also learned from this podcast. So any last motivational quote from your side to close this podcast?
Thanks a lot. I would say that the life keeps on going. We just don't think about it. But I just think about my last moments, and I had written one quote in my book as well. The soul lives for the journey ahead, and the whole life I was just thinking about my body so dearly.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful. So, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for sharing your time, your experience, and advising entrepreneurs, students, and sharing your thoughts on EV, R&D. It was a really wonderful time on this podcast, and I hope all the audience will like it. So, if you have liked the podcast, don't forget to share it with the people who need it the most, who want to aspire and come into EV segment. If you are a student or academic person, MG is open to collaborate. You can write to them. Probably I will give a LinkedIn profile where you can connect with Mr. Sameer Jindal.
Sure.
And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel as well. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Sudhir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Wonderful.